Yo, what the fuck is up, man? This the motherfucking nerdrap podcast, black guard comic shit. Know what time it is. Um, I did a podcast, and I'm gonna put the link in the description below of Mav Hoffa and keekee hardbody. I'm a fan of Mav Hoffa. I've had interaction with keekee hardbody, and I kind of was responding to the story that was going on. You know what I mean? So I'm not even gonna front like I don't have a bias towards victims of sexual assault. I grew up with women who suffered, grew up with women who went through it, but also I also know that I've watched brothers, honorable niggas, get really destroyed for something they ain't really do. You know what I mean? And I've seen women who feel a way or feel um, a sting of rejection or feel a way that they don't feel they got what they wanted out of the situation that they felt taken advantage of in a way where they thought it was going to be something, then that nigga sold her. Like, sometimes a nigga's just a scumbag, but that doesn't make him a sexual predator. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he ain't wife you up, man. He just used you for some ass. I mean, that's fucked up, but it's not sexual assault. You feel what I'm saying? And I say all that just to be somebody in the middle. I don't know either of these niggas. I don't know Math or keekee hardbody, but had a very like fan interaction, like just back and forth on social media on one of them. But it's probably me and a billion other niggas, so I doubt I was remembered. But at the same time, it's I find it hard to just say that she just got done that way. When it first was reported, I was, you know, if something happened to her, let's not be so quick to victim shame and quick to be like she didn't happen, because a lot of black women voices are ignored, evidence is discarded. Like, so we're not going to talk about the malpractice of a black woman when it comes to her body, when it comes to law enforcement, and especially the healthcare system. So we're not going to do that. But at the same time, shorty, you said a nigga talked to police. Now, I don't know if you ever had a domestic dispute. I've been involved in domestic disputes. Like, people call the police on me. When the police come and talk to your motherfucking ass, they will come talk to you and there's a report made. Because you called in for alleged crime, they got to file it on paper, and they get the statement from you, and then they take it back to the precinct, they see do they have to pursue charges, and that's how they build a case to see if something was malicious or if some malpractice was going down. So, you went to talk to detectives, you got the rape kit, and said the rape kit. Now, she didn't say the rape kit was thrown out. She said she got the rape kit, she did a rape kit in the whole nine, and then magically it was thrown out. He talked to detectives, and, cool. He would have been brought in for questioning for an alleged sexual assault. Unless the evidence she brought was insubstantial. Which, if it is, you brought a recording of a nigga saying he did it, and marks around your neck where he choked you unconscious, and they still said no. I'm not saying this doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is we need to see that evidence now, because you put that out into a public forum and now people are on his ass. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of Math. I watch my expert opinion. So when I go to the live just to hear his side of him, let me hear my nigga's side at least, because this is out of nowhere. Like, keekee hardbody. Then I find out about some hotel party that happened in New York where you was half passed the fuck out in an upstairs room, drunk. You know what I mean? I'm not even being funny, but like, yo, I've been hearing about that nigga saying that you was a pass around in battle rap, and I don't feel that that is a justifiable claim to make, because I know brothers have made claims towards women who were sexually assaulted, calling them sluts. So we're not doing that just to try to validate her. But at the same time, if it's like Math said the last time he saw you, you took a shower when y'all went to get smoothies. You know what I'm saying? Shorty, if something happened, you gotta provide that evidence. And this is for somebody who wanted to ride with you solely based on the fact of I've known women who openly been ignored and they've been raped. You know what I mean? But in wanting to ride with you, I have to know that a nigga's guilty. And I will never condemn a man who has daughters and to say that he's capable of that. Like, you gotta show me proof. From what, as a fan of Math, have seen, that's just not the energy. Like, the energy a nigga comes off. Like, you watch how a nigga talks to women for the most part. I don't know you though, so I don't know the nigga. So at the same time, this is only me being a fan of you and the image you sell to me on your camera. But I just don't see it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I know rape is more of a power thing, but my thing is with keekee hardbody is just the way that this was done. And you said you needed money for an attorney. It's not how that works. You know what I mean? With the case thrown out, you feel like you want to take it back to court. I mean, you can't do double jeopardy, so maybe, but you wouldn't have to talk to an attorney if you press those charges. Is it an ongoing case? If it's not an ongoing case, then why would, if it's ongoing, you would need an attorney. They would appoint you one. You know, before he responded, shorty, you had a lot more fire under this. You know, a lot more people like, oh, well, this happened, you know, whatever. I wasn't going to say nothing to condemn that man until we had facts. But when he responded and he started poking holes in your story and bringing up inconsistencies, and it's just like, these are inconsistencies that niggas was pointing out when you first did it. But, you know, hey, let the nigga respond first. Y'all hear response. And then he responded. He want to see this evidence you have. He want to see it all. He want to see this record you got of him. So now it's like, yo, shorty, now it's on you. Like, that was the bluff. The bluff was like, I got recordings. Nigga, pull them out. Show me this recording. You said I'll talk to the police. You said you got choked out. Where's the discharge paperwork from the hospital? You said you had a picture in the hospital. Where's the discharge paperwork that showed that you had abrasions on your neck from asphyxiation, a forced asphyxiation? You know what I mean? This is not to discredit the violation of the black woman's body. This is not to discredit sexual assault and sexual assault victims. But I feel as though in defending the black woman and defending the black woman's body, it's important that we're actually pinpointing true victims of sexual assault and sexual violence and of sexual predatory behaviors from their spouse. And we have to start looking into these with more detail. Actually, it shows that niggas give a fuck, that they want the truth and they want the facts, because we don't want to jump out the window and just throw a nigga under the bus as a sexual predator. You know, Mike actually got proven that he didn't rape that girl. For the rest of his life, that stayed on his name. He goes to do interviews and a nigga disrespects him like you a sexual assault, you a sex offender. I'm like, man, I was proven innocent, fam. And you still gonna do this to me. That stays to your name. It's like, niggas, we can't do that. And we can't do that to our own. It's not fair. So, you know, I'm going to put the post up of my blog before, of my podcast on the anchor.fm platform. And that's just me being honest. I feel like Mav Hoffa, you know, he had every right to ask for the receipts, because you're not about to destroy my name and you don't got no evidence behind it. And keekee, I ain't going to hold. If you lying, he need to sue you for defamation charges and you need to go to jail. Because that's fucked up. This is what it is. It's fucked up. Because it seemed like you lying. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. It seemed like you fucking lying. It seemed like you lying. Like, and this is somebody who, I was on your IG defending you. Because niggas was just on your IG like, oh, it's a lie. And I'm not one of those guys. Again, I've seen shorties who come out here and say I've been raped, and niggas instantly say it ain't true. So I'm not doing that. I was just trying to tell motherfuckers you can't be under their victim shaming. Let the story unfold. You just posted this shit. You niggas are crazy. Let the story unfold. Let this man respond. We'll see. He responded. Now it's like, all right, I was just defending your motherfucking ass. I was going to bat for you, but I'm not about to go for the bat for you, and you're a fucking liar. I know family members who've been raped. Feel what I'm saying? Women in my life have suffered. I don't play these games. Imagine if this was in the hood, we had a whole block of 50 niggas. And some girl said, blah, 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 nigga touched me. So we loading up, ready to kill this nigga. We do whatever, we find out he ain't do it. Shorty, how that make you look? So we gonna destroy son name just to find out later that y'all just had a fling and you didn't like how it went out. Not saying that's what happened. I don't know. But we don't know. But we can't ride with you, shorty, unless you provide the paperwork. Period. This shit look crazy. This shit look crazy, my nigga. That shit fugazi. I don't know how the fuck you got a whole page dedicated to donations to an attorney that your ass wouldn't need if you just presented the case for the actual evidence. But if you don't have no evidence, that's probably why you can't have no case. This is the same thing with the Kobe situation. She went to a party, got drunk, woke up, some nigga did something to her. She couldn't find out who did it. Bam, she'd have found out he was there. You was friends with man. It's like, we need more. We need more. Too much is going on right now. Too much. Too much, my nigga. It's just too much going. Too many niggas, motherfuckers hanging from trees. Niggas are getting shot in the back. We need proof, shorty. In the midst of this movement right now, where change can happen, where we can address both the outside world and the toxic things in our culture, we can't have this. Because just as we want to attack sexual violence in our community, we also got to attack people who openly take advantage of the vilification of the black man and use it to their springboard to further financial successes. Because if you're just sitting here trying to destroy your nigga just because he didn't want to wife you up, I'm sorry that a man doesn't value you as the queen that you are. Sorry, every woman deserves to be treated like a queen. But you have no right to destroy a nigga life just because that's not the nigga that's supposed to queen you or to make you feel that way. That nigga just not for you. You know what I mean? Like, you go into this holistic lifestyle and experience, man, you might have to sit back and find some inner peace and love amongst yourself, man. You're not going to find, what's it going to be? You got to find that peace here. Ain't no one gonna give it to you. You gonna have $1 million. You can't accuse every nigga that ain't gonna go that way with rape. Maybe he really sold you a fantasy. Maybe he did. Maybe he's a scumbag. Is he a sexual predator? And if he is, you need with the evidence. Because right now you like you lying. You like you lying. I ain't gonna hold you. You like you lying. If you don't feel like you have to prove on the social media word, but at the same time you came to social media with it. And you came to social media with the saying you had evidence that you presented to law enforcement. And it didn't work with law enforcement, but you came to social media. So it's kind of a contradiction because you want to prove it to social media. That's why you're trying to tag people and things of that nature. So if you want to sit here and prove it to social media, what are fucking evidence? Where is it? If you don't have the evidence, then at this point, you look crazy, shorty. So to any woman who has been sexually assaulted, speak out. Speak out. Let your truth be heard. This doesn't devalidate that. This doesn't silence that. This doesn't get in the way of that at all. Keekee hardbody, if something happened to you at that party, it's wrong. You deserve your justice all the same. That doesn't change. That doesn't change the significance of the conversation that men have to have with the toxic and violent behaviors that we perpetuate towards women in our own culture. Like, hip-hop is not a safe place for girls, period. Because I bet you Keekee ain't the only girl that ended up passed out half unconscious and these dirty dick-ass rap niggas is running up all in her and not telling who did nothing. Niggas are nasty like that. Niggas will get a girl dumb drunk and then 5 or 6 niggas will be coming in and out that room when she half asleep. Like that's wild violating. Then a woman wake up, her shit sore, she don't know who been in her. She looking crazy like her body just been used as a cock sleeve. Like, that's dehumanizing, my nigga. I know. So women are going through this in the culture, and it's hushed up because nigga, you lying. Fuck out of here. What would he do? Why he gonna do this with you? So I'm not gonna say like there's not a validity to that something could have happened to her. That's why I'm not just gonna be here over the head with it. Because, you know, I'm sorry, I got a bias towards all women. You know, when it comes to black women, I'm married, I got kids, so I just can't, as a father, I can't just be so quick to be like, you lying. But my nigga, you look like you lying. And if you're not lying about a sexual assault taking place, I feel you're just lying about who did it. If something happened, that makes sense. But really, it's just, you're targeting a nigga who you probably are disappointed in. You probably are angry at. But I don't think he assaulted you. Not by the way this is going out. By the way how this is going about, I don't think it was Math Hoffa who did this with you. I ain't never known a nigga to rape a shorty then take her to a public place and pick out smoothies. And now I know niggas who were in abusive relationships and know motherfuckers who was violent, but the girl still liked them and wanted to go out with them all the time. I can't even hang with niggas like that no more. That shit blows my mind. But in this situation, shorty, it's just, I don't know. But if you did not get raped by Math Hoffa, shorty, and you on the internet woofing and selling these wolf tickets just so you can get some donations to your Cash App, I ain't gonna hold you. That look crazy. I was on your IG defending you, and then the nigga came up talking something, but I feel like Math's the victim, and I honestly don't feel she did it. What's up with this Cash App? And For every woman who's trying to jump on her poster saying that, oh, as a victim, and you're understanding her emotionally, you're supposed to, especially for other fellow survivors of sexual assault who feel something could have happened to her. That's factual. I'm glad that y'all are not turning y'all back on your own as in sisterhood. That's dope. But brothers, on the other end of it, we experience people lying on us. We've experienced the repercussions of being lied on, and no trial, you're in jail. So again, we need more if we just gonna be like, yeah, that nigga did that. Because we watch too many brothers, especially in the time now where we trying to hold each other down. Niggas is hanging from trees these days. You think I'm trying to send another nigga to deal with these crackers? Come on now. And by crackers, I mean police. But if you feel offended, I don't give a fuck anyway, because y'all don't value our lives. So what difference does it make? We have to argue with you about the fact of Black Lives Matter. And if you don't agree with the political movement, cool, but that's another topic. It's the motherfucking Nerdrap Podcast. I appreciate everybody coming up on here. And again, you can follow the Nerdrap Podcast on anchor.fm. I am also on Spotify and every other streaming platform. Just type in Nerdrap Podcast. I will have a link below if you can find it. You can find it anywhere else. Keekee, if you're lying, you need to get the fuck out of here. I feel you lying, but at the same time, I don't feel you're lying about something happening. I just feel you're lying about who did it. And yeah, that's me. This is my last time talking about this shit either, because I don't understand nothing. Like, you could have went to a private investigator. You did not have to go to social media. You could have went to a private investigator. Truthfully, they could have built the case. Niggas be finding excuses to be liars. I just don't understand it. But it's the motherfucking Nerdrap Podcast. I'm out.